I'm Valsa Williams, and with me is Abhishek Mukhopadhyay with the Midday News. The headlines. Commerce and Industry Minister Piyush Goyal says artificial intelligence will be a catalyst in India's growth journey, addresses third edition of Global Artificial Intelligence Summit and Awards in New Delhi. Home Minister Amit Shah to inaugurate Dairy Cooperative Conclave of the Eastern and Northeastern Zones in Gangtok, Sikkim. Centre constitutes a 9-member task force for monitoring cheetah introduction project. Enforcement Directorate conducts searches in Delhi and Punjab in connection with Delhi excise policy case. Narcotics Control Bureau seizes 60 kilograms of drugs in Mumbai. At the 36th National Games, Pooja Patel becomes the first athlete to win gold in Yogasana. In the Women's Asia Cup T20, the match between India and Pakistan underway at Sylhet in Bangladesh. Commerce and Industry Minister Piyush Goyal has said that artificial intelligence AI will be a catalyst in India's growth journey. Addressing the third edition of Global AI Summit and Awards in New Delhi today, Mr. Goyal said AI will supplement the thinking, aid the working, help in doing the job better and implement plans better. He said AI will help people in this journey to take prosperity to every citizen across the country. The minister said artificial intelligence can truly change the way people live, work and interact. He said newer ways of working will change the way we manufacture goods and provide services. The minister said AI is being used to get feedback on the fair price shops delivering food grains to beneficiaries, and it is helping understand beneficiary behavior of PMGKAY. Union Home Minister and senior BJP leader Amit Shah is on a 3-day tour of the Northeast from today. Mr. Shah has reached Sikkim on the first leg of his visit. He was warmly welcomed by the locals on his arrival. Later, he will unveil a statue of Sardar Patel and take part in the Dairy Conclave in Gangtok. He will reach Guwahati in the evening, where he will be joined by BJP President JP Nadda. Our Guwahati correspondent reports that all preparations are in place to welcome Mr. Shah and Mr. Nadda to Guwahati. Both the leaders will take part in various events in Assam, including the party's State Core Committee meeting this evening. Senior party leaders of Assam, including Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sarma, Union Minister Sarbanand Sonowal, Rameshwar Teli, State BJP Chief Bhabesh Kalita, will attend the meeting, among others. Tomorrow, both the leaders will inaugurate the BJP's new state office at Basishta Chariali in Guwahati. The state-of-the-art 6-story Atal Bihari Vajpayee Bhavan has all the modern amenities, including conference and meeting halls. The two leaders will also interact with veteran party workers at the new office building. Later, they will address a rally of party workers at Khanapara in Guwahati. On Sunday, the Union Home Minister will address the Northeast Council session in Guwahati. Mr. Shah will later inaugurate a convention hall and annual SP conference at Dergaon.
Minister of Environment, Forest and Climate Change has constituted a 9-member task force for monitoring cheetah introduction in Kuno National Park, Madhya Pradesh and other suitable designated areas. The members in the task force include Principal Secretary, Forest, Madhya Pradesh, Principal Secretary, Tourism, Madhya Pradesh, Inspector General, National Tiger Conservation Authority, NTCA, New Delhi, Dr. Amit Mallik, and Scientist of Wildlife Institute of India in Dehradun, Dr. Vishnu Priya. Member convener of the task force is Additional Principal Chief Conservator, Forest, APCCF Wildlife, Shubharanjan Sen. The task force will be in force for a period of 2 years and will hold at least one meeting every month. The task force will review progress and monitor the health status of cheetah, upkeep of the quarantine, protection status of entire area, and adherence to defined protocols. It will advise on cheetah introduction to Madhya Pradesh Forest Department and NTCA on status of cheetah with respect to overall health, behavior, and upkeep. It will also monitor the hunting skills and adaptation of cheetahs to the habitat of Kuno National Park. It will suggest regulations on opening of cheetah habitat for ecotourism. The task force will regularly interact with cheetah mitras and local communities for the awareness raising. Enforcement Directorate ED is conducting raid at more than 30 locations in Delhi and Punjab in connection with the Delhi excise policy case. The ED case is based on the CBI FIR in this matter. Delhi Deputy Chief Minister Manish Sisodia is among the 15 accused named in the FIR filed by the CBI. The FIR was lodged for alleged violation of rules and procedural lapses in the new liquor policy.
The Election Commission of India today issued notification for by-election to Munugodu Assembly seat in Nalgonda district of Telangana. Nominations can be filed from today till the 14th of this month. The polling will be held on the 3rd of next month. The by-election was necessitated following the resignation of Congress MLA Komati Reddy Raj Gopal Reddy earlier in August. Meanwhile, the ruling TRS party president K. Chandrasekhar Rao has announced former MLA and party constituency in charge K. Prabhakar Reddy as TRS party candidate for Munugodu by-election. He announced the decision this morning after taking several aspects into consideration, like survey reports and opinions of local leaders of the constituency. The Election Commission also issued notification for by-polls in Mokama and Gopalganj Assembly constituencies. Polling will be held on November the 3rd and counting of votes will take place on November the 6th. Candidates can file their nomination up to October the 14th and scrutiny of nomination will be done the next day. Candidature can be withdrawn till October the 17th. By-election in Mokama was necessitated following disqualification of RJD MLA Anand Kumar in July this year by the Bihar Vidhan Sabha following his conviction in a case related to recovery of arms and ammunition from his residence in Patna.
Union Minister of State for Home Ajay Kumar Mishra today said the Rapid Action Force RAF is playing a key role in keeping peace in the country and helping the nation's progress in all spheres. Addressing the 30th RAF anniversary parade this morning in Hyderabad, the minister said the entire world is looking at India with respect. Stating that internal conditions are changing, the minister said, India has been recognized worldwide for its traditional knowledge and spiritual leadership. Lauding the expertise of the RAF in tackling emergency situations like disaster management, rescue and relief operations, he said the force has been doing yeoman service. He said the government is making constant efforts to bring positive change and all development is linked to peace. He further said efforts are also on to improve the conditions of the central police forces. 15 battalions of the specialized RAF have been raised since 1992. Currently, the RPF battalions have been strategically located at 15 cities across the country. The RPF is a zero-response force as it gets into the crisis situation within a minimal time and is always kept in readiness for rapid deployment, thus enthuses an immediate sense of security and confidence among the general public. The force is equipped with non-lethal weapons for dispersing the crowd with minimum harm. Lok Sabha Speaker Om Birla reiterated that India has always supported a rules-based international order. He was addressing the presiding officers of G20 parliaments on effective parliament, vibrant democracy to the 8th Summit of Speakers of G20 parliaments in Jakarta yesterday. He observed that India has called for supporting multilateralism for global peace and stability so that the world can unitedly address the global challenges. Mr. Birla stressed that Indian democracy has become more empowered and vibrant in the last 75 years. He said Indian Parliament is making continuous and consistent efforts to pave the way for inclusive social and economic development of the people. Earlier intervening in the debate on the theme Emerging Issues, Food and Energy Security and Economic Challenges, Mr. Birla said that global instability caused by COVID has created a food and energy security crisis across the world. He further said that the Russia-Ukraine crisis has also adversely affected food and energy security in the world.
In Uttar Kashi, the search operation for the trapped mountaineers has been affected owing to bad weather. Till now, 19 bodies have been recovered, while 10 people are still missing in the avalanche incident. The avalanche hit the mountaineers and trainers on Draupadi Kadanda 2 mountain on October the 4th. All the schools up to class 12th have been closed today in Uttarakhand due to bad weather. More than 218 crore 88 lakh vaccine doses have been administered in the country so far under the nationwide vaccination drive. The Union Health and Family Welfare Ministry said over 3,97,000 doses were administered in the last 24 hours. During the same period, 1,997 new COVID cases were reported in the country. The country's active caseload currently stands at over 30,000 and it is at 0.07%. The recovery rate is currently at 98.75%. A total of 3,908 people have recovered in the last 24 hours. A total of more than 89 crore 64 lakh COVID tests have been conducted in the country so far. In the last 24 hours, over 2,13,000 tests were conducted.
National Lok Adalat will be held across the country on 12th November this year to dispose of pending cases through settlement. Consumer Affairs, Food and Public Distribution Ministry said there are about 6,08,000 consumer cases pending in the country. It said considering the benefits of the Lok Adalat system and mutual settlement between parties, a large number of consumer cases are expected to be disposed of. The Department of Consumer Affairs is reaching out to consumers, companies and organizations through SMS and emails. It has the phone numbers and emails of 3 lakh parties whose cases are pending before the commissions. More than 1,68,000 pending cases have been identified in insurance, over 71,000 in banking, over 33,000 in electricity, more than 2,000 in railways, and more than 1,000 pendency cases have been identified in e-commerce. The mission of the department is to strengthen consumer protection and safety through progressive legislation and provide access to fair and efficient grievance redressal mechanisms. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has invited people to share the ideas and suggestions for his Mann Ki Baat program on All India Radio, which will be broadcast on the 30th of this month. It will be the 94th episode of the monthly radio program. The Prime Minister said people may share their idea on topics they should address on the coming episode of Mann Ki Baat. People can share their views on the Namo app or MyGov Open Forum. They can also dial the toll-free number 1800-11-7800 and record the message for the Prime Minister in either Hindi or English. The phone lines will remain open till 28th October. People can also give a missed call on 1922 and follow the link received in SMS to directly give the suggestions to the Prime Minister.
The Election Commission of India's year-long voter awareness program Matdata Junction will be broadcast from today on All India Radio. A total of 52 episodes of 15-minute duration each will be broadcast every Friday in 23 languages across the country. The program will be aired at 7:25 p.m. on FM Gold channel of AIR. The program will also be aired between 7 to 9 p.m. on Vivid Bharati stations, FM Rainbow and primary channels of AIR.
You are listening to the Midday News on All India Radio. A reminder of the headlines before we move on. Commerce and Industry Minister Piyush Goyal says artificial intelligence will be a catalyst in India's growth journey, addresses third edition of Global Artificial Intelligence Summit and Awards in New Delhi. Home Minister Amit Shah to inaugurate Dairy Cooperative Conclave of the Eastern and Northeastern Zones in Gangtok, Sikkim. Centre constitutes a 9-member task force for monitoring cheetah introduction project. Enforcement Directorate conducts searches in Delhi and Punjab in connection with Delhi excise policy case. Narcotics Control Bureau seizes 60 kilograms of drugs in Mumbai. At the 36th National Games, Pooja Patel becomes the first athlete to win gold in Yoga Asana. In the Women's Asia Cup T20, the match between India and Pakistan underway at Sylhet in Bangladesh. For quick news updates around the clock, follow us on the Twitter handle at AIR News Alerts.
अपने बिजनेस को बढ़ाने के लिए लीजिए आकाशवाणी का सहयोग और दीजिए उसे बुलंदियों के पंख।
आपका बिजनेस लोकल है या राष्ट्रीय, आकाशवाणी देती है उपभोक्ताओं तक पहुंचने का हर विकल्प।
और अब तो आप घर, दफ्तर या दुकान पर बैठे बैठे कर सकते हैं आकाशवाणी के किसी भी केंद्र के लिए विज्ञापनों की बुकिंग।
आकाशवाणी के विभिन्न चैनलों पर विज्ञापन देना सुलभ और सस्ता।
बुकिंग हेतु संपर्क करें 8700014242 पर
8700014242।
Welcome back to the Midday News. The BJP today demanded the resignation of Delhi Social Welfare Minister Rajendra Pal Gautam over his alleged involvement in a function held in New Delhi yesterday where thousands of Hindus got converted to Buddhism. Addressing a joint press conference in New Delhi today, party MP Manoj Tiwari accused Mr. Gautam of disturbing the communal harmony in the national capital. He said by attending this event, Mr. Gautam tried to spread hatred and flare religious differences between Hindus and Buddhists. Tiwari said Mr. Gautam instigated people to use objectionable comments against Hindu deities, which is not acceptable in a civilized society. The NCB seized 60 kilograms of drugs. Narcotics Control Bureau NCB has seized the drugs in Mumbai. Zonal Director of NCB Mumbai, Amit Khawate, informed that the value of the drug is approximately 120 crore rupees. It has also arrested 6 persons, including Kingpin and his key associate. One of the persons arrested was a pilot in Air India during 2016-18. After preliminary information from Naval Intelligence Unit, Jamnagar, NCB seized more than 10 kilograms of drugs from Jamnagar and arrested 3 persons from Mumbai and 1 from Jamnagar on Monday. During their interrogation, NCB got information about major drug linkages and associates operating from Mumbai. Yesterday, the NCB conducted a raid at Fort area in Mumbai and recovered around 50 kilograms of drugs. 2 people were also arrested during this operation.
Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath has ordered a massive campaign for pothole-free roads in the state to boost ease of movement. A high-level meeting was convened wherein Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath reviewed the preparations for the 81st session of the India Road Congress IRC, which will be held in Lucknow from tomorrow. More than 1,500 delegates are expected to take part in this Congress. Chief Minister said that better connectivity is a vehicle of progress, and under the guidance of Prime Minister, unprecedented work has been done in this field in the last 5 years. He said roads have been constructed with plastic waste, and today there is good road connectivity to remote villages. There is a network of excellent roads in the border areas, benefiting the people of the state directly. Jammu and Kashmir has achieved the milestone of being first to establish at least 75 Amrit Sarovars in each of the districts, as per the aspirations of Prime Minister Narendra Modi. This was informed by Chief Secretary Dr. Arun Kumar Mehta in a review meeting of Rural Development Department at Srinagar yesterday. On the occasion, Dr. Mehta asked the officers not to stop here but work harder to further improve these rural assets throughout J&K. Jammu and Kashmir had started implementing the scheme in a mission mode, and the UT level committee under the chairmanship of Chief Secretary with the participation of departments like Forest, Culture, Revenue, Jal Shakti was constituted for apex level monitoring and implementation of the scheme. As per the guidelines of the mission, the UT had to complete 300 Amrit Sarovars before 15th August this year and 1500 Amrit Sarovars by 15th August next year. However, the UT completed 1,490 Amrit Sarovars on 15th of August 2022 and hoisted national flags over them on the occasion of Independence Day. At present, the UT has completed the work on 1,953 Amrit Sarovars. The UT is endeavouring to create and beautify more Amrit Sarovars, and the Finance Department has released 50 crore rupees for the rejuvenation and creation of these Amrit Sarovars. The mission Amrit Sarovar was launched by Prime Minister on National Panchayati Raj Day on 24th of April this year in Pali Gram Panchayat in District Samba of J&K itself. At the national level, the UT stands at number 2 in terms of completion of Amrit Sarovars, featuring just after the much bigger state of Uttar Pradesh.
Vizianagaram in Andhra Pradesh is gearing up for the annual Sirimanotsavam, which will be held on the 11th of this month. It is a major festival of the presiding deity of Vizianagaram town, Sri Pidatalli Ammavari Jatra. The major tribal folk festival in north coastal Andhra Pradesh remained a low-key affair in the past 2 years due to COVID-19. Traditionally, Sirimanotsavam Jatra is celebrated on the first Tuesday after the Shera festival every year. This annual fete, also known as Sirimanu Panduga, is expected to draw 4 to 5 lakh people from different parts of Andhra Pradesh, Odisha and Chhattisgarh.
Over the past 75 years since independence, India's largest public service broadcaster, All India Radio, has been the proverbial storyteller for crores of people across the country. All India Radio is celebrating 75 years of freedom with the series Azad Bharat Ki Baat, Akashvani ke Saath. It showcases the journey of India since independence in various walks of life through the storytelling of All India Radio. In today's episode, we bring you the story of cinema, journey of Telugu films.
Telugu cinema fundamentally caters to the people who speak Telugu language, particularly in the states of Andhra Pradesh and Telangana. In 1933, first Telugu feature Savitri was directed by Chittarjalu Pullayya. By 2021, Telugu cinema emerged as the largest film industry in India in terms of box office. There are around 2,900 screens in Andhra Pradesh and Telangana states. Some of the greatest films produced in Telugu language include Patal Bhairavi, Mallishwari, Devadasu, Maya Bazar, Nartanashala, Maro Charitra, Ma Bhumi, Shankara Bharanam, Sagara Sangamam, Shiva and Bahubali series.
Nive na nanu talakinadi, nive na nanu pilakinadi, nive na madilo nilachi, hrudayamu kalavara parakinadi. N.T. Rama Rao, A. Nageshwara Rao, Chiranjeevi, Mahesh Babu, Pawan Kalyan and Prabhas are some of the top stars of the Telugu films. Top heroines like Savitri, Vanishri, Sridevi and Jayaprada also had huge fan following. Telugu films are known for their lavish production values and extraordinary music. Telugu films are known for their variety of subjects and genres. Commercial films, art house films, and middle cinema too get the support of the Telugu audiences. Eminent directors like K.S. Prakash Rao, Dasari Narayana Rao, K. Vishwanath, Ram Gopal Verma and Sukumar have lifted the caliber and popularity of Telugu films. S.S. Rajamouli with his magnum opus Bahubali took Telugu cinema to international levels. Composers like Ghantashala, K.V. Mahadevan, Ramesh Naidu Chakravarti, Ilayaraja Keeravani and A.R. Rahman gave eternity to the Telugu film music. All India Radio played a major role in furthering the Telugu film music. In tomorrow's episode, we will discuss the origin and evolution of Tamil film industry.
Azad Bharat Ki Baat Akashvani ke saath can be accessed on at AIR News Alerts on Twitter, News on AIR official YouTube channel, News on AIR app, Facebook and Instagram handles. So tune into All India Radio News for Azad Bharat Ki Baat Akashvani ke saath.
Moving on, Union Minister of Heavy Industries Dr. Mahendranath Pandey reiterated the country's commitment towards reducing carbon emissions by 45% by the year 2030. The minister said the government is promoting use of e-vehicles to ensure pollution-free cities. More than 7,000 electric buses will be run in the country in the near future. He was speaking after the inauguration of the National Conference on Industry 4.0 in Kevadia, Gujarat. The 2022 Nobel Peace Prize will be announced today at Oslo in Norway. The Nobel Peace Prize is awarded by a committee elected by the Norwegian Parliament. The Nobel in Economics will be announced on Monday, October the 10th.
The South Korea and the United States began joint maritime exercises with a U.S. aircraft carrier on Friday. South Korea's defense ministry said that the maritime drills will take place in waters off South Korea's east coast on the 7th to 8th of October. It said both the countries will continue to strengthen their operational capabilities and readiness to respond to any provocations by North Korea through joint drills. The drills come after North Korea launched a pair of ballistic missiles into the sea on Thursday and later flew warplanes near the border with the South. The U.S. strike group already participated in trilateral missile defense exercises with warships from Japan and South Korea this week, prompted by a test on Tuesday in which North Korea launched a ballistic missile that overflew part of Japan. The United States imposed sanctions on Iranian officials on Thursday over crackdowns on protesters. Iranian Interior Minister Ahmad Vahidi and Communications Minister Esa Zarepor are among those sanctioned by the U.S. U.S. Treasury Under Secretary Brian Nelson in a statement has said that America condemns the Iranian government's internet shutdown and continued violent suppression of peaceful protests. Last month, the U.S. imposed sanctions on Iran's morality police over allegations of abuse of women. The country has seen weeks of widespread unrest over the death of Kurdish woman Mahsa Amini in police custody. Tehran has cracked down on the protests, leading to the death of dozens of demonstrators and has restricted internet access. According to media reports, at least 150 people have died in connection with the protests.
U.S. President Joe Biden has said the risk of a nuclear Armageddon is at its highest level since the 1962 Cuban Missile Crisis. He said that Russia's President Vladimir Putin was serious when he spoke of using tactical nuclear weapons after suffering setbacks in Ukraine. The U.S. President also warned that the use of a lower-yield tactical weapon could quickly spiral out of control into global destruction. The U.S. military has said it carried out an airstrike in northern Syria yesterday that killed 2 Islamic State militant members, including a leader it named as Abu Hashim al-Umawi. The strike came just hours after a rare U.S. helicopter raid on a government-held village in Syria's northeast, which killed another Islamic State official. The U.S. military's Central Command said initial assessments indicated no civilian casualties. There were no U.S. military casualties either.
A SpaceX capsule carrying a Russian cosmonaut and the first Native American woman in space docked with the International Space Station on Thursday. According to media reports, the Crew Dragon spacecraft named Endurance met with the orbiting research station 30 hours after launch from the Cape Canaveral in Florida. At the 36th National Games, Pooja Patel of Gujarat has become the first athlete to win gold in Yoga Asana. Yoga Asana is one of the 5 sports to be played in the National Games this year for the first time. This Indian indigenous sport made its debut at the Khelo India University Games this year. In other events, Maharashtra won gold in the women's diving 1-meter springboard event.
In Women's T20 Asia Cup, the match between India and Pakistan is underway at Sylhet in Bangladesh. Earlier, Pakistan won the toss and opted to bat. Pakistan was at 117 for 4 in 17 overs when reports last came in. The women in blue have 6 points from 3 matches after winning all their games. They are the only undefeated team in the competition. On the other hand, Pakistan is second in the points table with 2 wins from 3 games. Now let us have a look at the weather across the country today. The national capital, Delhi, will have generally cloudy sky with light rain. Minimum temperature was 22 degrees Celsius. Maximum will be around 28. Mumbai will have thunderstorm with rain. Kolkata will have a generally cloudy sky with 1 or 2 spells of rain or thunder showers. Chennai will have a generally cloudy sky with heavy rain. Now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Commerce and Industry Minister Piyush Goyal says artificial intelligence will be a catalyst in India's growth journey. Addresses 3rd edition of Global Artificial Intelligence Summit and Awards in New Delhi. Home Minister Amit Shah to inaugurate Dairy Cooperative Conclave of the Eastern and Northeastern Zones in Gangtok, Sikkim. Centre constitutes a 9-member task force for monitoring cheetah introduction project. Enforcement Directorate conducts searches in Delhi and Punjab in connection with Delhi excise policy case. Narcotics Control Bureau seizes 60 kilograms of drugs in Mumbai. At the 36th National Games, Pooja Patel becomes the first athlete to win gold in Yogasana. And in the Women's Asia Cup T20, The match between India and Pakistan underway at Sylhet in Bangladesh. For details of these stories and more, log on to our website www.newsonair.gov.in and News on AIR app. And with that, we end the Midday News.